Hello, folks. It's me again. I have been a bit absent on my YouTube channel as of recent. I have been having a little bit of an art block. I'm not gonna lie, I gotta be honest. With the videos and all that. Pretty much because I had a list of videos that I was going to make, and I made all of them. And then I had a list of shorts, and I made the shorts, and then I was like, okay, I'm gonna make more shorts, and then I was like, here, I can show you. Then I proceeded to make try to make a shorts of this guy, for example. And so this guy, Holger, is not in the lore of the game. Holger is not a person who died and went to purgatory. This is just a creature. It's just a monster that exists in purgatory, for example, right? And so when I tried to sit down with ChatGPT and come up with something for its shorts video, it really failed to produce anything mildly interesting. And I have I have standards, right? So I didn't want to make a shorts about this, for example. And then tried it with was it this one? No, this one I made two. This one I made two legendary souls. This one I already mentioned. This one worked. Was it? No, yeah, it was just that one. Oh yeah, no, there was I think it was Nama, or I don't know how to pronounce that name in English. And Metatron. I think that was the twos. Let me check my YouTube channel. Did I made a shorts for these two? I don't think I did. No, I did not. Okay. Yeah. It's really hard to come up with lore for angels and demons. With Asmodeus and Michael, it was kind of easy because Michael is a really important archangel in the Catholic Church, and Asmodeus is a very important demon in demonology, so it was very easy to come up with lore for them. But Metatron and Nama are there is barely anything for them on demonology. So I couldn't. So it was hard to come up with something for them as well. Sucks, but it is what it is. Who did I make a story for? Or who didn't I? Oh yeah, I think I actually. I also couldn't quite make one for. I don't remember why I couldn't quite generate lore for this guy, but I couldn't. For Craig, for this motherfucker, forgive me language. For this guy, it was really hard to do. To do lore as well. I don't remember why. I really don't. But it was hard. So yeah, this is what's been happening. Like my original idea was to make like shorts like every day, but it was like the first like 5 leaders that I picked, or 6 leaders, they were like really interesting. I had really like thought about them. Like the lore on these guys, on those characters, like it was like basically like 0% AI generated, because I thought of this way longer ago. These like main leaders of each element, I've been thinking about their lore for a long time. When I started making lore for them, ChatGPT did not even exist, at least not as we know today. And then we get to the legendaries, to the like legendary souls, such as like Asmodeus and Michael and Volkner and all these guys. I also thought a little bit about their like lore and stuff, again, before ChatGPT was a thing. So I had like a little bit of like baggage, like so to speak, on like, this is basically like I basically just dumped in the lore that was already made, and I'm getting to the point where like I'm having to make lore in order to make like YouTube shorts, but the lore isn't quite like on my standard of like good. It's like just not good enough in my opinion. So I'm having a bit of a struggle on making videos about lore. I might also explain why I'm making videos about lore, because when we talk about card games, like lore isn't really like it isn't necessarily what draws people. Like, it's really not. Like, people don't, like, most people who play Magic the Gathering have no idea who Jace Beleren is. Most people who play Yu-Gi-Oh! Doesn't know that, like, that the Clifford archetype is a bunch of flying prisons that contain extremely powerful godlike demons, which are the Infernoid. A lot of people don't care about the lore of a TCG, but the reason why I'm using lore to like market my game is because the game is still like a work in progress. So like, for example, if I get like, oh, well, that's interesting, right? I mean, this is a good example. Like Ada, like that, her name is not Ada anymore. Her name is now Amy, right? So I could make like a video. I mean, but like it's more because usually what people do, what like indie TCG game like developers do, is they show a card and they're like, this card was made for this purpose, for these kind of strategies, and blah blah blah. Or sometimes they might show an archetype, which is a cool idea for sure. The problem is that, yeah, okay, so I have an archetype, sure, I have like the goblins, but the goblins could change. Like the clerics have changed as of recent. They I'm actually gonna talk about them soon, like soon as in like in this video. Like Robin Monk, like now he's a unique. Now he has a different effect. He has been big nerfed because his effect was too powerful. It was crazy powerful, actually. So yeah, like I think this card changed as well. Yeah. So it's like, what happens if I like, if I talking about clerics and I'm like, oh hey, here's like Roman Monk. Every time he gets healed, you can search a cleric, and then I change completely this card. Like this card is a completely new card now. And it's like, okay, so the person who watched the video is gonna be confused because like now the effect, like this is a completely different card from the card that he saw on the video. So like it's very, oh yeah, I also made a new card for Zogta, interestingly enough. So it's like, it's very, like it's not the right time to talk about like what cards are strong, what cards are weak, what archetypes we have in the game as of now. I'm kind of risking a little bit by updating gameplay, but I feel like it's gonna be alright because people are not gonna like remember too much of what the cards do in the gameplay. So it's kind of whatever, I guess. So yeah, man. Oh yeah, and about the short videos, I am trying. Like, I was thinking about making like one video about Amphitrite, which is pretty important in the lore, and then maybe Aileen, which is not as important, but she's pretty powerful. Now I am considering make a story about the Naiads, and because it's like, okay, so what happens is that while I was developing the game, I had this idea of like, basically what happened was like I felt like my game was sort of like too samey, in the sense where, how can I explain? Because like my games had orcs and elves and goblins, and it had nothing else of like, it's like it had like those characters. It had like, okay, so it has like orcs, elves, and goblins, and humans, and mages, and wizards, and sure, it has like warriors and blah blah blah, whatever. So you also have that in Magic the Gathering. So how is my game different than Magic the Gathering if it has like exactly the same races and classes and whatever? So this is a bit of a problem because, you know, like our game's words are too similar. It's too samey, right? At least it's like it's a problem in my eyes. For some people, it's not a problem. It's like for Hearthstone, it's certainly not a problem. But you know, for I mean, I think it's a problem for me because it's like I haven't established Poor Guy as a franchise, unlike Blizzard. So I decided to come up with like 10 different races for each combination of elements. So we have the Naiads, the Hive Swarms. Okay, I might as well. Light and Water, Light and Earth. We have the Gargoyles for Light and Fire, and they are not. I know they're called gargoyles, but they're not exactly what you would think of a gargoyle. Like they're different. Similar name, different in aspect. We have the Clay Folk. We have the Novemlings. Sorry, wait, is this a typo? It is. Oh my gosh. Fudge. Oh my gosh. Okay, this is inconsistent as well, because here it's saying Claudian. Yeah, I have to fix that later. Let me get my notes here. I gotta do this, else I'm gonna forget. I'm pretty, you know, ADHD and all that. But I was going to get my notes anyway, so it's whatever. It doesn't quite Novemlings are the word Nuvem comes from nuvem in Portuguese. It means cloud, by the way. They are basically creatures made of gases, and they look like clouds. Therefore, they're called Nuvemlings. They are the water and fire souls. Who else we got? The Abyssals for water and darkness. We have the Fungols for earth and darkness. We have the Lavaborns for fire and earth. We have the Ashenics for fire and darkness. And finally, we have the Dominion for light and darkness. Originally, I was going to make it so that the light and darkness are like the fallen angels, but then it was kind of weird to do that because in terms of alignment, so like there's like a whole like moral compass in the game. So every soul has like two elements associated to them, and the two like horizons that are used for this compass is love for God and love for creation, basically. So it's like, for example, like let's say that you kind of like God, but then like for creation you're like not so much. Like you kind of hate people. You love nature, but you kind of hate people. So you would be like a clay folk, for example, right? Because you would be water and earth. Because water is good, earth is like medium. Right, because like, okay. Yeah. So light and darkness was like very hard to like come up with something, because like it would have to be like, it would be like nearly so difficult. It's like you would have to absolutely, like for example, absolutely despise God, but love creation obsessively, which is like, it's like, it's very hard to get to that point, you know. Or you would have to absolutely love God with all your like when I say light and darkness, it's like we're talking about like light is like loving to the point of like giving your life to that something. So someone who like gives their life for our planet or God, you know, like a monk or a priest, or like, I don't know, like a father, like who really loves their family or something, for creation and earth and all that nonsense, or like a president who really loves their country, like a huge patriot or whatever. So like it was like basically impossible to come up with someone who really despises like God, or like really loves God and then hates what God has made. It's like it was basically impossible. I tried to come up with like fallen angels, but fallen angels didn't quite felt right, because they didn't, they hated creation, like in the Bible, like fallen angels hated creation, and they didn't really love God that much. So it wouldn't, it would fall apart. It wouldn't work. I kind of thought about making them the gargoyles, which, I mean, gargoyles are kind of hard too, because it's like fire is like bad and light is like super good. So it's like they really love God, but then they kind of like don't like humans still. Like they still have problems with humans. So it's like, you know, but you know, and even for gargoyles, like darkness wouldn't quite suffice because it's like they don't hate the creation. They like nature, they like the planet, they like animals. They just have issues with humans. Is what it is basically. Also, I'm going to finally like I finally got triggered from Oreo's AI hands. I think I actually did I I did not. Okay. I thought I had noted to fix her hands, but apparently I forgot to write the notes. It is what it is. Okay, so with that being said, I'm going to make like, so these are like the 10 like races that I created for this universe. They only exist in this universe and this universe alone. I mean, they kind of exist in like similar creatures exist in other universes, like the lavaborns. You have like the lavals in Yu-Gi-Oh, which are quite similar. They're made of like volcanic stone and lava and all that nonsense as well. The fungals were literally ripped off from Endless Legend. Abyssals, well, I mean, Pirates of Caribbean. But, oh yeah, and Cloud Dance from Yu-Gi-Oh! But, I mean, they exist with their own set of rules, different power levels. You know, they're different in their own unique way. They have like different lores and aspects overall. Just similar concepts. Literally just like I stole it, but I made it a little bit different. you could say. Like who was it that said it? I think it was the writer of Dr. House. It's not plagiarism if I acknowledge it, and I think that's brilliant, by the way. So yeah, man. So yeah, like I'm going to make like a shorts for these races, like what they're like, how they behave, where they live, and all of that nonsense. With that being said, I have been working on balancing some cards. So from the clerics, I do believe. Did I change this card? Yes, I did. Okay. So, alright. So before, his effect was like, if he was healed, you put like a number of +1 counters on him equal to the amount of HP he has been healed. Now, no longer. It's only a +1 counter. This is like, yeah, just a small nerf, just a tiny small nerf. Immaculada now, when this, oh yeah, this is like the new mechanic that only clerics have access to. When, for example, this card is played, you get a Immaculada, you get an emblem, which is the blessing emblem. The blessing, you can tap it and sacrifice it, and then you heal all your souls by 1. So it's kind of like you have like this one-time spell that you can use it whenever you this one-time healing spell. This is like not super useful. Like, I mean, the point of giving like 1 HP to your souls is so they get more HP, so they can resist more attacks when they are attacking. It's kind of whatever. But I mean, with clerics, it makes sense because it, like, for this guy, he gets like more damage, right? Roman Monk is now a unique, and I forgot to write that on his card. I am going to fix that soon. Again, I have ADHD, so you know, it'd be like that. This card was crazy actually because with the blessing counters, the blessing emblems, which are not called emblems anymore. Now they're just called permanent skills, permanent skill tokens. I might call them like PST, to be honest, because this is kind of a mouthful. With the PSTs, this guy was searching like 7 cards a turn, which is ridiculous. Like, no deck in any card game ever should search that many amount of cards per turn. So now he only draws 1, which sounds kind of BSy, but for this game, it's not too bad. I mean, Water has this card that allows them to draw 5. So, you know, gosh, I got like some tickling. I'm ticklish. I made this new card. I made like a female cleric because there was no female clerics. She has a lightsaber, much like the other cleric that has like a lightsaber. This guy. So she has like a lightsaber. She is pretty cool, actually. She is pretty fun and strong. She plays around the new mechanic that they have, the blessings. I really feel like the blessings made them a lot more fun and interesting. Like before, the clerics were kind of like boring and unreliable. Now with the blessing, it feels like I found the missing piece to make this archetype interesting. So Bladed Nun, like when she's healed, you get a blessing, and that's it. And that's good because like when you tap a blessing and you sack it, you get a new one. It's tapped, and you can only use it on the next turn. But sure, like so she's probably gonna die, but then you're going to summon like a new guy, and oh hey, you have like a blessing, so you can use it to draw a new card, and it keeps the deck working. It makes the deck function. So that's pretty cool, and she's like pretty decent. She has like 4 damage. That's like not bad. For like a light card. Light cards have usually pretty terrible damage. And she has lifelink. I mean, 4 damage lifelink is kind of strong. So she's pretty cool. Plus, like her artwork is just phenomenal. It's just I just effing love it. So yeah, like I am really happy with how this turned out. Let's talk about zombos. How did I change the zombos? Not only zombos, I actually changed a lot of cards on these on darkness, darkness attribute. But I also changed some zombies as well. Holy shoot. Did I change you? No, I did not. So that's it. Okay. Wait, did I change Yazuko? Because I think I did. I think I already covered her change. Anyway. This one I think I already covered previously. Okay. So, Vrain, Lord of the Dungeon, the zombie boy. If you control. So, what did I change him again? If a non-zombie soul you control is destroyed and sent to the graveyard, special summon. Oh yeah. So, before it was like he only applied effects when non-zombies died. He only had like the first effect. Now he has an effect if zombies die, which makes a lot more sense for him. So like now, if a zombie soul or a zombie token dies, you draw a card. Give it or take it. You know, it's pretty good for darkness because they don't have a lot of draw. They don't have a lot of draw power. They have powerful draw power, but they don't have a lot of it. So that's very good for them, especially for the zombies. The zombie deck is a little bit slow, a little bit like lucky based with the mills and stuff, but this is gonna help them get a little bit more ahead for sure. This one I changed it so that yeah, okay. I changed it back to its original effect. So like now, if you can get up to 3 zombies with this card basically, which is, you know, pretty decent. But it can clog your zones, so you should be wary of that. So like now they can spam a lot of like zombie tokens a lot easier, so to speak, with this card in specific. I also did like a general nerf to all cards that have removal, especially legendary cards. I also changed the artwork of Jezebel because I do feel like Jezebel was like I liked her previous artwork. It was like this oil painty like kind of stuff. It kind of felt like the artwork that you would see in Conan, and it was really well done. But the problem was that I don't know. The problem was that her fingers were everywhere, literally. Her chest was like strange. It was like very thin, like she was like extremely skinny, like anorexic. And she was kind of showing like too much skin, which like it was like bothering me a little bit. So like now, you know, I kept her like, she's still sexy. She's not showing as much skin. I don't think you need to show skin to be sexy. I really don't. Her fingers are normal. It just works. This just works. I know that I missed the whole like Conan kind of like Alex Ross kind of vibe, but this is good. I like it. I like it a lot. So her nerf is that her effect before was like, oh, you detach one and then take control of a card until the end of the turn. Now it's like you detach one and you take control of a non-legendary soul. And then she has like a second effect where it's like if you want to take a legendary soul, you have to detach 2. So she has to pay more to get rid of like more powerful cards. Is basically what's happening. Pretty small nerf, but it's a nerf, nonetheless. For Malfa's Bringer of Corruption, what did I do to him again? Let's put a counter from target enemy soul. If that card still has corruption counters, take control of target soul until end phase. It can attack ignoring other conditions. Also untap it. Wait. Oh yeah, okay. I changed it because like before it was like you just remove the counter. Now it's like you have to remove the counter, and if the card no longer has counters, you get nothing. I mean, it can attack ignoring. I mean, you won't tap it, and it can attack it, but it can't attack on your turn. So, no, you won't tap it. So yeah, like now it's like, you know, like let's say for example, I am taking control of this card. I remove one counter and then I take control of it. But if I remove the counter for his effect cost, and the card has like no counters anymore on it, it's not going to do anything. So yeah, like it just requires more setup in order to get the yoinks. This is interesting because like the reason why I did this was because like Malphas was like replacing Jezebel pretty much. He was being like basically like late game Jezebel. He was heading the field, placing a corruption counter on everything, and then he was yoinking cards, and that's not how he's quite supposed to work. So like now you have to previously place at least one counter in order to start yoinking cards from your opponent. So it's a little bit of a nerf. You gotta play the archetype of this guy in order to make him work. For Nama, I changed her side effect, her artifact side. And what did I change again? I actually don't remember. Whenever a creature with corruption counters on it dies, you may put an equal amount of blah 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 blah, blah on this card. Remove a corruption counter from blah blah blah. If that creature has a corruption counter on it. Huh? Oh yeah, I think I made it so that like she also like buffs your demons for the damage that you're removing from them with her second effect. I think that was it really. I also I think that was it. Right? I didn't change anything else, did I? No, it didn't. Okay. Oh well. Cool. Alright. Oh yeah, no, yeah, okay. Also, it was like saying incorrect, like, yeah, I remember now. So it was saying like charge counters and then it was saying corruption counters. It was confusing, so I fixed that. What did I change on Yuzu again, sir? Destroy all non-aura cards in the field. Huh, I don't think I changed anything in this guy. Yeah, I know I didn't. Destroy all non-aura cards on the field. Oh yeah, no, I changed his artwork. Duh. That's what I changed. Oh gosh. So for the water, I changed quite a few. Are you still the same? This card is at least. This card's still the same. Is this card still the same? Target. Yeah, this card's still the same. Okay, so I changed these two. Now Loopback bounces a non-legendary soul, and the same is true for Azul. This is a little bit of like, again, balancing so that Volkner doesn't become like useless, so to speak. But I mean, it's more like it's just like I want to like, I don't want to give like too much like removal, especially on like on legendaries, so that it feels like summoning legendaries is like useless. Like I don't want to be I don't want to discourage players from summoning legendaries. Like I want people to use those cards. And besides, like, I mean, it makes sense, right? Like, I mean, you bounce a lesser soul, like a weaker card. You know, I feel like that's a good way to do business. Like in Magic the Gathering, this would be like kill like a soul that has like this amount of toughness or like this amount of like mana cost or whatever, right? So yeah, or in Yu-Gi-Oh it would be like a level amount or whatever the hell. So what else am I forgetting to mention? I think I nerfed pretty much nothing on fire, did I? Because I mean, fire is fine. Yeah, I didn't change anything. Darkness, what did it? Oh, yeah, darkness I already covered pretty much all of it. Oh yeah, Earth. I changed. Did I change this card? Not really, no. So I changed this little boy. I changed his artwork. Like now he actually looks a little bit more like my dog, which is a very important change. Super important change. It had to be done. I mean, to be honest, like his old artwork was kind of weird. Like there were like dog heads in the ground. That was like weird, so weird. So yeah, like that was a needed change for sure. And I think that's it. I also changed some of the multicolors. I changed this girl. She now, because like before, like she would get summoned and then you discard one card. Didn't I change that? Hold on. Am I gaslighting myself? Did I forgot to change that? Okay, I forgot to update that. Okay, fair enough. So now, when you discard, like when she's summoned, she sends one non-legendary card onto the top of the owner's deck. So it's no longer just any card. Who else did I change? Was it? Actually, if I go here, it's a bit easier for me, for sure. Did I change this? Not really, no. Still the same. Oh wait, no, I think I changed I fixed something on his outside. I think it was just like something wrong. Not actually like a balance change or whatever. Did I change you? No, not really. Oh yeah, I made him a cleric. Yeah, I kind of changed him a little bit. So yeah, there is that for sure. Also changed the artwork for Lasagna Golem. So there was that. What else did I change? I also changed this as well. I forgot to mention. Now it makes it so that like zombies are a little bit more stronger, a little bit. It's like 2 instead of 1 now. And what else? I guess that was it. But I do remember changing something else. Still the same. Still the same. Let me see. I fixed something. I fixed something for Victoria. I remember. I don't know what it was, but I fixed something for sure. Or did I actually? No, this is not the fixed version. Because the fixed version is supposed to say leader, so Victoria. So wherever that is, it's fixed. I guess. I hope. Oh man. What a disaster. I fixed something for this girl. I don't remember. Oh yeah, I think her heal was saying like 2 light aura when it was supposed to be only 1. So that is fixed. This is pretty much just the same. Her soul outside is just the same. And Green Gore. What did I change them? Oh no, I didn't change Green Gore. Never mind. Yeah, that was it actually. That was all the changes that I did. Oh, it somehow felt like it was more than that. But oh well. Yeah, that was pretty much all. I feel like the biggest changes were like for clerics, for sure. But yeah, like now this is all the changes that I have been making so far. Game's a little bit more fair now. Like, so yeah. Yeah, I guess I'm dealing with a little bit of art block, but I've been balancing some cards. I'm thinking about like, I'm really thinking hard on like what kind of videos I should make to promote my game, because I want people to know about it. Like I feel like this project is awesome, so I certainly want to bring it to people if I can, for sure. So yeah, man, like this is it really. Thank you guys so much for watching, and just been updating you guys on that. I guess I kind of like, this was supposed to be a quick update. I guess I took a little bit too much, but it is what it is. So yeah, guys, thank you for watching thus far, and you know, I'm really glad that you guys been watching and following and supporting in your way. So yeah, guys, thank you and goodbye.